here at HFMA ANI 2014 in Las Vegas. We're speaking with Joshua Berman, who's director of ICD-10 for RelayHealth Financial. And Josh, it's been quite a tumultuous year for you with the initial deadline of October 1st of this year suddenly being delayed again to October 1st, 2015. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of delay in that date and time frames from our clients and the payers at this point. I think the good news is that a lot of that delay is just trying to understand what's going to happen next. Okay. So the interim final rule is at the OMB right now. We're waiting for that to come out, move forward, and get that final stamp that 10/1/15 is that date. I think that we'll see a little bit more volume at that point move forward when we do see that as the case.
Great. Now, RelayHealth was first to market with complete end-to-end ICD-10 readiness on all of its revenue cycle products, as well as end-to-end testing. How important is it to make sure that the vendors that you're working with on the revenue cycle front are ICD-10 ready now?
Sure, yeah, it's huge. Delays are not to procrastinate. Delays are to move forward and make sure that you're doing those things necessary to be ready on that day. So we believe, RelayHealth, we believe really strongly that that delay was not to procrastinate. In terms of our readiness, which you spoke about, huge. We've been ready for a very long time now. In fact, when 10/1/15 comes around, we would have been ready for 2 full years. So that's really a very important thing to us, and we did not stop that train, if you will, when that date changed. End-to-end wise, that testing is huge. We are the only revenue cycle management company out there that is doing true end-to-end testing where claims are going from point A to us, which is point B, to C, which is the payer, and back. And so we felt that was real important for our clients. We still think that's very important for our clients, and so we're not stopping that track, although it's a very expensive endeavor, both in resources for us and people. That is something that we believe in and we will continue to do. We've seen some ramp down on that, and I think, again, it's back to the first statement that we're waiting for those for that big date, but not a huge amount. We're still getting around 4,000 claims a month moving through our test system, which is a giant number when you consider that hospitals and providers alike don't test thousands of claims. They test buckets or packets of small amounts that go through. So still volume going through. I know that you mentioned to me and the team mentioned to me that our cartoon is hugely popular out there, which is great news and does speak to that the momentum is still moving.
Great. And just to go back on the ICD-10 testing front, when you say end-to-end, I think there's a lot of misconception out there as far as what end-to-end testing entails.
Yes.
And it's not just FTPing a file over.
Fantastic point.
Just what exactly does that entail
Yeah.
if you come across a vendor that is promoting end-to-end ICD-10
I like that
testing?
question a lot because you will hear a lot of noise out there in the industry about, well, we have testing or we have end-to-end testing, but that's not the case. They're FTPing tests or they're emailing claims or whatever that might be. True end-to-end testing is a claim follows the same exact path that it follows today. And that's where we have a real advantage in our RelayHealth Assurance, is that the claims are going through RelayHealth Insurance, which their claims do go through now. They're following that, all the servers and all the fun stuff in the back end, where the magic happens, if you will, at RelayHealth, and then headed to the payer. And then if the payer is participating, they are sending those transactions right back that same path, and the client can see in RelayHealth Assurance those claims in that system. So to answer your question simply, it's following the same superhighway that the claims do now in production.
Okay. Now, earlier this year, actually in May, there was the CMS testing week.
Yes.
I heard you had a
March 3rd.
March. Time flies.
Yes.
I heard the results coming out of the RelayHealth testing were really phenomenal.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
were
share
real
some of
happy
that?
about that. So it was maybe a couple weeks ago that Medicare announced their official numbers. I believe they were doing somewhere around 127,000 claims during that testing week. It was only acknowledgement testing. It was saying claims got to them being the specific MACs that take care of the Medicare claims for them. And so out of those 127,000, about half were clearinghouses, and we dominated. We were about 20,000 of those. Wow. So if you think about it, there's about probably a couple hundred competitors in terms of clearinghouse type services. Ours covers, well, there's probably about 20 big competitors, if you will, and we were doing one of every three. So that is a huge number. Another thing, our success rate of getting the claims there were phenomenal, because that's what we do. We make sure the claims are clean and getting them there in the first place. So real happy about those results. I think it speaks to our great end-to-end testing. At the most simplistic level, why I'm the happiest about that is I think our numbers are so big because we make it so easy for our customers to test through our Relay Assurance product. And so we're very happy about that, and simplicity is something we always work for when it comes to the crazy healthcare world we're in.
Great. What are some of the other things you're doing to help clients mitigate the risk and evaluate their propensity for problems?
Yeah, so there's a couple things on that front. I think it's important to talk about that we think a lot about our customers and not just internally. So we have big walls, whiteboard walls, if you will, with propensity of to happen, a problem to happen, and then financial risk. And that's not just internal in our own walls. We look at our customers and what might go wrong. For instance, we know that claims will be delayed at some point. Whether we go live today, tomorrow, or 2 years from now, we know that there will be a delayed remit coming back in. Sure. And that's important for us. Now, it's important for us to help our clients with that. Is there much we can do inside our own walls? No. But we like to understand that, understand that it's going to happen, propensity, understand it's a huge risk financially for our customers, and feed off of that on how can we help our customers, or what can we do smarter to help them through that.
Great. So again, going back to the delay, as someone who's been there on the front lines and has worked with a lot of providers to test and be ready.
Yeah, sure.
What's the best advice you can give them now as far as making the best use of that time delay?
Sure. I think there's a couple things. Number one, it's don't stop. Back to my original saying, procrastination or delays breed procrastination. Don't stop. Keep moving forward, keep testing, keep doing all those things to be your best on that big day. The second one is to start understanding where you stand. So the other thing that we provide and we talk a lot about is our tools, Relay Assurance, which is fantastic. It makes it easy to test, but we also have analytical tools to help people get ready for that big day. And there's two things we talk about. Number one, the delay allows you to be better. So I say it allows you to buy credits on the debit later on, right? So when that big day comes and things go wrong, you already did a lot of great things because you understood where your problems were to turn everything green, if you will, make it better. Because you have things in your shop right now that aren't as good as they should be. So use those tools to do that. And then the second half is to use those tools that we have for our clients to understand where they are on that big day. On that big day, like it or not, there'll be a new benchmark. There will be a new benchmark for denials. There will be a new benchmark for rejections. Any KPI you can think of out there, there's going to be a different benchmark, and it's not going to be good. So you need to understand where you stand on that big day and be able to adapt quickly, and that's what our analytic tools do for it.